Welcome to Albion TV presents the AO Daily Show, your source of real news in an unreal world, keeping you up to date on the latest news, events, and the great community of Albion Online. Today is Tuesday, the 20th of July, 2021. I am your host, the Shozen One, and joining me today, as always, I have Bogle.
Hello. What's up?
It's a very strong case of Bogle, and I don't know how to get rid of it.
What do you mean?
I've tried creams, I've tried powders.
Wait, what? Am I too loud or something? Is something broken?
No,
No.
just I heard that there's an interesting definitions out there for Bogle. It's great. It's great. I'm
Yeah. Don't look that up. I think somebody made that up. It's
I think we know who made that up. To be quite honest.
That name is a reference similar to it's actually a character name from a game that's similar to D&D, a German game, and it's one of the preset names you can choose for like dwarven warriors. In case you don't know that.
So you're a dwarven. Makes more sense.
I literally picked that name when I was like 10 years old, when we had our D&D campaign at the time.
Oh, that's cute.
Yes. So I kept that one. It's kind of nice.
When I play D&D with my kids, I don't let them choose their names. I just give them names.
Right.
Yeah, I don't have time for them to spend 5 hours, making characters.
Well, at the time, there was just this list of how these dudes are supposed to be named, and that was one of the suggestions. And yeah. Anyway, back to Albion.
I think you chose well. I think you chose well.
Thank you. What are we doing today on the community show, sir?
Well, today we're going to be going over, as always, what's going on in the community, what's going on with the players, what's driving the current action. We have a couple of community-related news posts, as it was quite an exciting weekend for Albion. Bogle, we just passed the 4-year mark. It's the... Oh, are people having a hard time connecting to Albion? Does that mean you guys cannot log in? Or that you can't get yourselves into the game of Albion, and you just can't connect with the concept of Albion?
I don't think they go as spiritually as that.
It just keeps connecting. Okay, they can't connect. Oh boy. All right, we're gonna get that bug report for you guys out there and try to get that to somebody who can handle that. Bogle, do you want to write that while I continue to talk about the anniversary? All right, yes. This is the 4-year anniversary of Albion. We launched on the 17th of 2017. It's been 4 amazing years. We've had continental growth with Siluria and Glauvia. We've released on Steam. We released on mobile this year, went free to play. There's been a lot of great things that have happened in the last 4 years of Albion, and it's been exciting to be part of it. I've really enjoyed the ride. When we started, I never expected we'd get to the point where we are today with these incredible numbers of people who play per day. It's just been a great adventure.
Yeah, they even put a little bit of a memory sort of post up there, but I think that's a little further down the line. The 4-year celebration one, or did you want to go through that now, or where did you go from here?
The 4-year celebration. Yeah, we can link right on that article if you want. Right before, we'll even just link to that before we even go to PSAs, because I think this is some interesting news, and it's kind of it happened over the weekend. We'll hit it up.
It's a big one. I agree. They July 17th, which was the Saturday, that's the birthday sort of Albion, the initial release. They made a neat sort of post looking back at some of the bigger patches that we had, the Rise of Avalon, the addition of the Crystal League, the various the tournament that we had, the various seasons with the specific mounts you could win, all the changes that occurred over these many years. You said it, they mentioned the growth of the community. And looking back at 4 years from now, it's a very nice, very, very nice development. if you haven't seen any of these, it's a good read. Maybe watch that ad again. That weird it's now on mobile ad.
It's amazing. I love that ad. I gotta tell you, I find it absolutely hilarious all the way through.
It's a little weird, is it? But I guess if it's advertising it and it captures your eye, then sure, advertising works, right? That's what it's
Mhm.
for. I just don't know how they came up with the concept of some dude taking. I guess if you want to play mobile, but some dude taking his PC on the. Anyways, yeah. And then of course, looking into the future at the bottom of this post, it's the current roadmap update from Robin Henkes, the CEO, where he talks about the sort of longer term future, right? Um, we also have a whole different news post about that with some of the upcoming features. But I think we've talked about that one enough on the show already, so I don't want to go back to look at this. I'll link it again in Twitch chat so you guys can take a look if you haven't seen that yet. Some of the upcoming changes are quite nice. But yeah, I'll link it in Twitch chat. We've talked about this many hours, I feel like, so you guys can take a look in case you haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, I definitely suggest checking it out. It is quite the it's a good piece, and it's a good trip down memory lane. And then there's also the updated stuff, like you said, that is great to see there with the what to look forward in the future. And I think the future for Albion is quite bright, and I'm very excited.
All right, did we clear up that report on the connection thing? Because we've heard it sort of works. I think somebody's looking into it, but
Yeah, somebody is. There are. I think they are aware of it at SBI, and is it clear? People getting in?
let's not get hung up on that. I think if there's an issue, the tech team will look into it very quickly.
Okay, interesting. I'm getting some reports on this. Okay, yeah, we'll hear more about this in the near future, I'm sure.
All right. Let's talk about what we'll do in terms of news today. We have some PSAs that we need to get through. We have some reminders on the list that we want to show everybody, and then we do have 2 or 3 articles that we want to look at. In particular, we do have one that's actually partially written by you, as far as I hear, the growing Outlands war. We'll talk about that a little bit. Then we do have some recommendations later in the show as for some watchable videos. And we do have some fan art later today as well to show. So it's going to be a nice show. And then after this one, we'll have the 5 versus 5 show at 20 UTC as well. But yeah, first things first, a word from our sponsor. Well, I guess Sandbox SBI, right? The makers of this game.
Yeah. So you're saying you want to show off the new mount?
I was going with they are hiring, but sure, let's do the month first and then the hiring.
Okay,
thing.
we'll go. Okay, let's. Yeah, I don't have a link to the mount, Bogul. Oh yes, I do.
I do.
Yeah. Okay.
Mist Bison is a new Ox skin, a word from our sponsor. That image that they put in there looks kind of weird. I think it looks much cooler in game than that one. That's kind of. I like the effects they put in onto this. It's a vanity skin for your Ox, right? And it's quite neat.
Yeah, I like it too. Yeah. I also like if you scroll down a little bit, but you can see that it's got the character next to the bison there, like standing there, and it kind of looks like the character select screen there. And the artists of Albion actually suggested that that would be awesome as an update to the character selection screen to have your currently equipped mount on there with you just to look cooler. I know it would probably take work, but it looks cool.
Oh yeah, definitely. I like the idea too. Yeah,
I don't see anything wrong with that idea, Bogle.
I mean, I think the login screen is sort of the idea that you came off the ship right at the beginning of Albion, and that's sort of in the background there. But yeah, by now I think everybody has progressed sort of away from that initial tutorial island, hopefully, huh? And
Hmm?
then showing something in the mist would be kind of cool, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it would be just showing off like in the mist like that looks cool, but I don't care. Wherever it is on the starter island, wherever you are, maybe even throw up your island in the background so that like the cosmetics of your island show up somewhere neat. I know it would only affect you. Like it's weird suggesting, hey, you should do something cool for the character select screen because I mean, it doesn't really affect anyone, does it?
I mean, I don't mind having this up and looking at it. Like sometimes I just go, huh, that's kind of like because you can't really see a character from that sort of little bit set down or straight in front of him, that point of view, because you can't really turn around the camera much in game, right? So
Hmm.
I like that different perspective on some of the armor that you can see differently and some of the way the character model looks in much greater detail. So I think it's kind of cool. I like the idea very much.
Okay. Well, I noticed how long we've taken on the beginning of this show, and we're only to the bison bogle.
Well, let's go on then. What else is on the
Yeah,
list?
like you said, jobs.
At SBI?
Yeah, SBI is hiring. They have a number of jobs that are open for anybody to apply for. Hopefully, it would be somebody who is qualified.
Mm-hmm.
It would help. But there are a community manager, customer support representative, junior content manager, junior project manager in publishing, a junior video creator, an office manager slash feel good management slash.
Bürokommunikation, which is office communications, but that is probably an office in Germany. And if you don't know what that word means, then it's probably not the right thing for you. But the other ones all, I think, work with English as well. So, but if you need to run the local office, I think then you might need to know a little bit of German. Yeah, we do also have one other quick note. In case you are curious about the next patch, the patch 9, that is the next one that is currently in testing. That one is not live yet, but you can download the test server on your client and you can check out the patch notes for the next upcoming patch on the forums. I'll link that as well in Twitch chat. It has a bunch of changes, a lot of them to corrupted dungeons and to the weapon balance that we usually get towards the middle of a season. So that is a lot of changes, but these are, still in testing. I think over the last few days, 1 or 2 bugs showed up. So once these are fixed out, then we should get that fairly soon. Do you have any sort of idea when we are supposed to get patch 9, or is that still work in progress?
I don't. No, I don't have a good understanding of when it's going to be coming out. I would like to use soon,
Mm-hmm.
as it's if we consider these like the mid season patches, generally we're getting there. We just passed the 4 weeks. We have 2 weeks until mid season. But I don't know if this is the pre-mid season patch or the mid season patch. I don't know yet. I
No.
have no idea, Bogle. I don't
Soon.
have. I
Soon,
don't.
TM.
I would just be speculating and spewing nonsense.
Okay, well then let's move on, because we actually do have some news that were released over the last few days, specifically on Saturday, and we didn't really have time to talk about it yet. We mentioned the anniversary, right? But there is a whole a host of events going along with the anniversary. Right now, if you actually let me go back, if you look at in game below your character for 5 days and 14 more hours, you have 25% additional fame for all activities in Albion. And these fame boost events usually happen for bigger things in the world of Albion. And I think a anniversary is a respectable event. I also like the image here. Last year it was red. But we get a few different things. One is we get the fame boost. It lasts until Monday, July 26th, which is the following Monday, right? Today is Tuesday, then next Monday. And we do get a reappearance of what's called the Defenders of the Past dungeon. That's a classic dungeon that was released, or it was active in the alpha and beta times of Albion. They removed it after a while, but these apparently, it came back last year as well for anniversary, and it's a limited time event. They sort of, what's it called, brushed it up a little and made it look nice again, but it has a similar layout than we had in the very early alpha. It's quite nice to wander into there, and you even get some drops from that, I think.
You're talking about that classic dungeon, huh?
Yep.
It is cool to see them keep bringing back the classic keeper dungeon every year. I think it's neat. I'd love to see some more events. I think it's awesome that they've also done the fame bonus for everybody once again.
Mm-hmm.
I know everybody loves that. It's really cool to get a gigantic fame bonus for a week. And, it works well for people.
And you get fireworks, too.
I did get the fire. You can never underestimate the use of fireworks. I think we should have more fireworks. Like ones that make, like, dragons in the sky, like Gandalf.
Huh? Maybe for Chinese New Year or something.
Mickey Shen is asking, or is stating that Fame Boost should apply to tomes. Just saying. Remember when they did?
They shot up in price so crazy that it was people were basically buying them all up and hoarding them, preparing for fame events. And I think they accidentally had the first they ever did applicable to that, and later on they were like, yeah, well, actually,
let's not do that again, they said.
News. Other news. Let's see. List. We have that, and that. Are we ready to talk about the war in the Outlands, Shozen?
I guess. Did we cover everything with the anniversary?
I mean, the event. Yeah, we have the timing. Mm-hmm. We do know what is up. I mean, unless you want to talk a little bit about, AlbionTV in relation to that, but I think we're sort of done. I think this year is a little quiet in terms of celebrations. 4 years is kind of weird as in terms of a number. I think 5 or 10 or 1 is a bigger thing.
Well, the thing is like when it was the first year, we were like, oh my God, we made it through the first year. The second year was like, yeah, this has been a good year. It's been a good year. Hey, thank God, things have gotten a little better. And then third year, we had a lot of big events happening right up to the third year. So every week was like boom, ba-boom, ba-boom, ba-boom. And then we had the third year. And it was also in the middle of COVID. So there was this more people than ever before as well. And now we have the fourth year, even more people than ever before.
I think everybody's too busy playing instead of celebrating.
And well, that I think is part, like the game is in such a weird spot right now in that it's just doing quite well.
Yep.
And it's the Outlands, which we sometimes go, oh no, it's too quiet up there, are in a full-blown massive war. The Royals are doing well because faction warfare is just, it's kicking off and just been great. The Crystal League is doing fantastic. The only things I'm concerned about, Bogul, the 20v20s.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I guess compared to all the other things, that's all right. And there's always something that you got to work on, right? It's always like, yeah, if I mean, for us, if we hang out like 10 hours on Albion, then we always figure out something. But I mean, it's been a wild time over the last few years, and I'm looking forward to the next one. I think 5 is going to be the one that I'm interested in.
What are we going to do for 5? I
don't know.
That would be the longest I've ever stayed at a job.
I wouldn't say that on the internet. People might believe it, sir.
5 is a long year. It's a long time to be at a single place, Bogul. I don't know about you, but
I guess. I don't know, dude. I'm all right, I guess. I mean, if you think back for some of the people who have been with Albion, I think the time flew by. Like, I still remember things from alpha and beta and the early days, and there's plenty of people who sort of, started Albion early, maybe took a break, came back, and everybody has these memories when they first discovered everything and how it's been changing over time. And it's, yeah.
Well, that's one of the cool things we've seen with the return of the Blue Army guys. So many of them are these old school players that we saw a long time ago coming back to push for their old guild, I guess, to get first before they fold up their guild. That's kind of cool, and it's neat to see these players coming back and having a great time. I imagine a bunch of them are going to stick around in new guilds once Blue Army wraps up.
You're talking about, of course, about the current rank 1 guild in the season rankings, which sort of brings us to our next topic, the current struggle for the Outlands, or rather, I think I have to say war that's raging on. I mean, during our ZVZ show, our show where we watch large-scale battles from the entities that control the majority of these lands, we've, I think, had nonstop action for the last 2 months almost. There's a big coalition trying to push in the Crimson Imperium Reborn coalition, the PoE guys, and it's been going back and forth. And it's I don't know if there's an end in sight, but why don't you explain what's going on? Because you wrote apparently something about it.
Oh boy. Yeah, there's a giant war going on in the Outlands that started last season. So around I guess the 65-day mark, when people started getting, their rewards locked in there last season, people started forming up new groups and making new allegiances. It's now usually in this time, it's a very quiet time for Albion as people wait to get through the season. There's generally some people pushing for first. There's something going on. But usually the war, as it were, is generally in a quiet time because you don't want to make enemies before the next season starts. You kind of want to go into it fresh and then do your thing in the next season. But last season, the coalition kind of formed up and made its intentions known that it wanted to take down the PoE empire and, I guess, free the world from the sin of rental. They don't really like rental, and some of them use rental. We'll be honest, but I think the way that the Squad, Blue Army group, and the PoE Empire use rental was it doesn't make a lot of people in the Outlands happy. They feel that there's too much being held by a singular entity, and people do think of Squad and Blue Army and the several different PoE alliances and Nope as all the same group. Really, you're all part of the same empire that controls a huge swath of territory. And so a bunch of other groups decided to get together. That included Elevate, and I don't know what alliance. I think they were still Monkey at the time. This
I
was
think
before
that's
they
right. Yeah,
became
yeah.
Steve. And you had Homeless Crew when they were alone. You had the Surf Alliance led by Title, and all these guys. And I believe you also had the Ava A or AVAVA alliance at the time, all grouped together to start taking on PoE. And they made some significant pushes in and started really focusing on taking down hideouts, which to some extent they've been successful in. And that war has extended through the off season into this season and is going incredibly strong right now. We currently see lots of daily battles for hideouts. We just watched them today where some shields were taken down. We watched the other day where a hideout fell, but it's going back and forth. You can't really say that one side is truly winning at this point. It's definitely close. We see a lot of days where, the coalition will be successful in its objectives. And then we see days where PoE scrapes back some positions and takes down a few hideouts of their own and even regains some shields. Now, I will say overall, it feels like the coalition is making progress into this, but it's not it's not overwhelming. It's not a one-sided battle. And during this, while this whole thing is going on, you have BA also pushing for first place in its final season. It's wrapping up, it's closing down, it's the last time they're doing this. Say goodnight to BA. Squad is going under new leadership. King Mojo is retiring and they're folding BA, and they've encouraged their members to play like it's their final season, to burn out, because after this, BA is done. Now, I don't think the players themselves will be done. I think there's a lot of these guys who just love Albion too much and will be moving to other entities, and it'll be interesting to see where they go. We heard rumors, or I mean, I guess we could just say jokes, if we were going to be honest, that John Koo would go over and create a new, the Cobalt Army over under PoE.
Oh my God! Yes, yes, yeah. I mean, there's always a lot of propaganda flying around these announcements and these stories, and it's hard to believe either side. It seems like it's a thing. Then a week later, it seems like it's not a thing. But then you look at the season rankings, and then it's definitely Blue Army working pretty well and pretty dominating over this season. I mean, what the future will bring, we of course can't know and won't know. But speculating and going off guild announcements is always fun because you can put together the story of Albion that way as it develops, see what guilds proclaim, how they follow through, if they follow through, and how then everything falls apart. Because let's be honest, I think that's what happens a lot of times, or at least goes in unplanned directions afterwards. What was that saying from Mike Tyson? You always like to bring up?
Everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face.
Right. And I think that's fitting for Albion too. Let's win the season, and then a week later, oh shit, I think our hideout is getting attacked. I've had that experience, at least myself.
Yeah, I think I don't care what kind of plan I had, Bogle. I think it would fail if Mike Tyson punched me in the face. I want to remain conscious for the next 5 minutes. Fail.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, you can read the write-up of that current ongoing war. Could you hear that motorcycle? Anyways, you can hear the write-up of that ongoing war and read it by yourself. It's a nice summary, and yeah, you can even watch a VOD from our war report. We upload these live coverage shows that we do almost daily at 18 UTC to YouTube. You can watch the cut together action only version over on YouTube, or you can check our other VODs here on the Twitch channel and just go back and look at some live large scale guild versus guild action. Maybe you learn something.
I hate to interrupt, but there's a correction I need to make.
Uh-oh.
I made a mistake in that article.
Uh-oh. What is it?
I believe I stuck June under Steve, and June is in call.
Will that get edited in the article?
No.
What do you mean no? I think somebody should just PM Prince Caspian and say, hey, look at hello.
Okay, I'll do that. It's my mistake. I did it.
Really? Okay.
I wrote that one. Yeah, I did that one.
Oh, well then I think the reason why you need to PM him is because he has the almighty website powers. Yeah.
I'll take care of that. I'll go ahead and.
Yeah. Okay. Well, good thing we noticed. Thank you for the submissions of correcting that internet.
Yeah, the internet is great at that. They correct everything for me. I wish we could do everything through the power of the what is it? When you just make everybody the group mind. What is that called?
Hive mind?
Yeah.
Crowdsource?
Crowdsourced. Yeah. Can we crowdsource this show?
No.
Just like the news? Have them tell us the news?
If Chad has any stories, I'm sure you guys can bring it up, but we might or might not pick them up. Yeah. All right. Let's talk about a few other things that we still have on the list. We do have some fan art left. We do have some program tips for other streams, and we do have a special ending segment today at the end of the show that is time sensitive.
Somebody who okay, there is a difference between the word looser, and the word loser, and you may have become confused in that distinction. One has one O, one has two.
And one means like l- losing a battle, and the other one is like not as close, right?
Yeah, it means like you're a loose knit group. Like
Oh,
you're
I see.
not
You call them
like it's
losers,
just
Shozen. What? Wow.
don't worry, you're not the only person who made that mistake. The only reason I pointed it out was because there's already been a Reddit post made about it.
Oh well. Oh well.
And there is there is a distinction. Yeah,
Can't call people losers on your
I
official
would
homepage,
know.
man.
I was like, and I'm complimenting them doing something well. It just wouldn't have fit thematically in the sentence either. So it would have been bad writing.
I see. I see. Oh well.
All right, like what else are we doing? We have a bunch of shows, and I think we should really update people on the shows before we head over to the fan art.
Mhm.
A couple of weeks ago, we had a great interview with Africa Now. We've been doing a lot of good interviews. You can check that one out over on YouTube or on our VODs. I just uploaded it to SoundCloud. It'll probably be available later today. Tomorrow, I will have an interview with the Arch Magus CKX and Jay, the GM of the Thetford Elite. We'll be talking about faction warfare and just the Thetford Elite quite a bit, I guess, and how Thetford is doing what it's doing now. For those of you who don't know, Thetford used to be, how do I say this? The low ranking city on the totem pole. Like they were way behind the rest of the cities, Bogle.
Mm-hmm.
It was a joke. It made fun of them.
Yeah. I mean,
they won the last season, points wise.
Nice.
Yeah, we're going to talk a little bit about how they've made that turnaround.
Right. Cool. I mean, when we did the interview with I don't know. Sorry, my game crashed. Keep talking. I'm showing the last war and stuff in the background.
All right. When we did the interview with what you were saying,
I'm just showing the GM of Homeless Crew interview in the background still. I was trying to.
Yes, that was when we interviewed Africa Now. It was a really good interview, and I do suggest checking that out. This past weekend, another thing you could check out was the EU invasion. That was pretty good. The EU invasion was worth watching if you are interested in watching these high-end guilds, the ones we just mentioned earlier in the war for the Outlands. If you want to watch them, the invasion day from the EU was pretty good. The NA was a little quiet. It was one of the quieter NA resets I have ever seen. So I don't. Watch the EU one. Watch the EU one. That's what I would recommend. Good for your time. Also, yesterday, Bogle, we had one of our new player shows, the PvP tips with Nozori.
Yeah, we went over how to be safe from gankers and even trying to attempt ganking yourself. He showed off a few builds. You guys talked a little bit about, what it takes to be around the danger zones and how you can prepare and what you should look out for. This is a very good overview about some of the basic strategies on a very small scale ganking, right? And Nozori has a very good build to evade some of that aggression, I suppose.
I really like that concept of, you know what? If you want to go out there and make silver, right?
Mm-hmm.
Put yourself in the position to bring it home. You can, if you have a plan of escape and you build that into your expedition, like you bring the gear so that you can escape and you have a plan to use it in case something happens, you can afford to bring better gear, stay longer, have more stuff on you, because you increase your chances of getting out alive. I think his suggestion was is if you're out there in like PvE gear or gathering gear, keep the invisibility potions on you in your bag so you can use one, switch your gear, and then escape at your leisure in gear that's specifically designed to escape, so you can do the other event very efficiently and also escape efficiently. And he talks about as soon as you see that red name, just use the potion, regear immediately. Don't worry, don't wait, don't think about it, just do it. And then you can be prepared for when the enemy shows up. And it was really good advice, and I do suggest doing it and seeing if you can get better at what you do out there in the outworld when it comes to bringing home that silver. You know, I like it.
And the last tip we have in terms of watching things, because it's coming up tomorrow and we want to sort of promote that once more, is we do have the Albion TV Dream Team playing Crystal Leagues. So
well, I before we go on to that, I do want to say we're going to be having Lupac on Thursday to do that as well. So like to do a new player show, and that's right before the 5v5 show.
Oh, wow. So on Thursday, we'll have the War Report, we'll have the new player show with Lupac, and we will have the Crystal League Dream Team, which is us playing 5 versus 5 Crystal League with 2 professional Albion players coaching us. That's the 4 gentlemen. I'm on the bottom right there. But we play level 1s, Crystal League, 5 versus 5, and afterwards, Lupac and Tazik guide us through all the things that we did horribly, and they in the last show gave very good explanations on tactical things, use of skills, things to look out for, positioning, a lot of very good tips on the competitive small scale side. And I can see you guys listening intently there. I think it was a very good show, and it's fun. And in case you queue on Thursday 20 UTC or 2030 UTC for level 1's Crystal League, you might run into us.
Yeah. I'm going to warn you, though. We're pretty good.
Really?
We're currently 1-1. Yeah, we are 1-1 in level 1s. And you don't want to come up against us unless you have a good plan. And you might want to practice a little bit. Like Nizori says, go to your island, practice your engagements, practice the button rotations you want to use, know what you want to do before you run into us, because if you don't, you're going to get hurt.
And I guess
that was my trash talk. Was it any good?
Average.
I'll work on it. I'll
case...
start working on my Macho Man impression.
In case you want to study our VOD and look how we play, I'll link the show and Twitch chat as well. You can watch that back.
It'll help you prepare for us if you run into us.
Yeah, just wait until I jump into you for no reason, and then just focus me down, and then you're good, basically.
All right. And on that, Bogul, I think it's time to move on to fan art. We have some pretty good art this week.
You said it.
I did. You can clip it. We have some pretty good fart this week. Fan art. They merged together.
First one we do have is a 3D piece from some random Dewey. He put together a design on some of the Fort Sterling outer area. You can see the cape on the left there, the Avalonian portal. It's kind of funny. The ore giants. Looks like it's really snowy though. I think in game it looks a little.
Yeah, it's not
brighter.
Quite as deep. Yeah, it's not quite as deep snow. It's more the snow is where the shadows still lie underneath the trees.
Ooh. Yeah, we picked that one up on Reddit. Quite nice. We do have some other fan art though that is mostly from the Artists of Albion Discord though, right?
Yeah, these guys are constantly making fantastic fan art. The Artists of Albion, they hook me up with new stuff every week. And this week we have another submission by one of our favorites, Himu Udachan. We gonna die soon, or run, lol. As they hang with some friends in a solo dungeon. This is the experience, and as you can see, that looks like the face of somebody who's going run, lol. That's a run, lol face to me.
I don't want to be mean, Chosen, but
Mhm.
don't they always look like this? These anime characters?
Yeah, they always look like they're having a good time. They can be getting stabbed in the back, and they're smiling about it.
Wow. All right, all right. That one is good. We do have one more, right? Or is that from?
Archinaria? Yeah,
Mhm.
Archinaria is the friend from the solo dungeon, but a bit higher def.
Oh, I like it. It looks like a tier 3 fire staff, tier 3 robes.
Just getting started. You
Right,
know,
right.
that's why she was out in the solo dungeons with Uda. So I think it's a friend who started playing recently, and she's, trying to go, come on, join me, have fun. Look, I'll make you some art. We'll get you on TV.
What a friend. What a friend.
Yeah. You're already famous. Been here a week.
Wow.
Speaking of fantastic art, though, Ninja Kim, who's been making some amazing art for us for quite a while. Yara Sunblaze, commander of Bridgewatch. Look at this thing. Can you zoom in and show this thing off a bit, Bogle? I don't know if you can. You're like, no, it's on Reddit. Yeah, there you go. Look at that.
Wow. Like I need a little bit to take this in.
Well, you know what you can do is actually click on the next link. It's the process of creation. It's a GIF.
Mm-hmm. I wanna look at this a little bit longer.
Okay. You want me to get you a poster of this and I'll send it to you?
I was thinking of putting this as my desktop background for a bit.
This is a really good one. I'm going to, no doubt about it. It's got some sweet details.
But yeah, we do have this.
An amazing color palette. I have to say, the color palette on it works really well.
And this is the you said it, the process of putting that together.
Mm-hmm.
Well done, sir. Or lady. I don't know.
It looks really, really good. I'm very impressed, Ninja Kim. Thank you. Indicius actually has a piece of art for a friend. And we're going to look at a couple of pieces of art based on our good friend Jim, who, as you know, has passed recently. And I just wanted to take a look at a couple of pieces made by his friends. This is Decius, who is a regular here on the channel. Nice pencil drawing of Jim with his favorite weapon, the glaive.
I see one other one for Jim on my notes. That one is sad. That one is really sad.
This one is by Seaborn. Jim, you are always more than a friend.
So let's talk about it a little bit.
Yeah, I guess so. Last week, the Albion community lost one of its most entertaining members. Jimbinator, the Cabbage King of Albion, passed away. I remember the first time I saw Jim's content, I was instantly blown away by his humor, his warmth. He took something as mundane as cabbage soup and turned it into 5-star entertainment. He was funny, passionate, and he had the warmest smile you ever saw. He was just incredibly welcoming to those who joined his channel. He loved the AO community. He loved streaming. And he's going to be missed by everyone who had the pleasure of knowing him. Rest in peace, my friend Jim.
We do also have, I think, 2 clips that were sent to us. And we want to play these and then sort of go out for a few minutes after.
Yeah.
I might die here, actually. Undead Cape saved me. Oh, there's a... Oh, it's Seaborn! It's Seaborn! No! Woo! What timing is that? There's no way! My hero! Seaborn! 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 No way! Like, I like streaming because I get a chance to affect people's day positively. Like, it's really nice to have, like, something I can do. Sure, I'm not earning a lot of money, but some people have a shit day and I can make their day better by what I do, which is not something you can really do in a lot of jobs, unless you're very lucky.
Yeah, and Shozen, I think we'll just keep that up for a little bit. And
Yeah, thank you for watching, guys. We're gonna take just leave it up for a moment of silence, and we'll be back at 5 of with the 5v5 show. Thank you guys for watching.